Well, it's been a while, a long while. I think my last video was just before COVID hit. So obviously there's been a lot going on in the world. Haven't had a massive amount of time to really do anything, or the ability to. Mind you, Tassie's pretty relaxed now. So I'm on my way to a kayaking wilderness adventure that my sister got me for my birthday last year. So that's at Lake Pedder, and I thought, well, I can't really go to Lake Pedder without stopping at Mountainfield National Park. So stop in here to do a bit of a walk, and it says that the circuit is 2 to 2.5 hours right round, so I think I might have a go at that. I'll still should get to Lake Pedder before dark. If not, it doesn't really matter. Camp the night and then do the adventure tomorrow. So that's the plan, and hopefully you enjoy. It's been a while since I've been for a walk, so it's been a while since I've done any physical exercise, so it'll be interesting to see how I go. Mind you, it's a pretty easy trail, so I'll be worried if I didn't make it. Some of these trees are just incredibly huge. Check out this tree, the size of it. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do it without my phone falling on my face. I can't even get it. Oh my gosh. It is just massive. That's the size of it. That's the size of the base of it. There's another one just here. I can't believe I've never been here before. This place is incredible. The size of some of these ferns is the biggest that I've ever seen. And there's so much cool stuff that I want to take photos and film of, but obviously need to respect the forests and not go off track. So it's hard to be able to get all those little cool bits and pieces, but it sounds like we're coming up to the first falls. Massive. I wish it actually did justice how big it really is. So this one is Russell Falls. I can feel the water spray on my face. It's the first of the circuit, and I can't wait to see what the other ones bring, because if they're anything like this, wow. second falls now, which is called Horseshoe Falls. Looks like it's a little bit more gentle, a little bit more serene. Now this just shows how truly amazing man ferns are. It's got a tree coming out of its base there, going up through there, coming out there, so that tree in itself is freaking amazing. And then just blows my mind. Hey. You're very pretty. It really is so peaceful walking through here. It's quite funny though, I find a lot of people like power walking or rushing, so have to be somewhere by a certain time. And I am 100% guilty of that. Even on my way driving here, it's meant to be like from Launceston 4 hours to Lake Pedder. And I was like, gotta get there. And then I got stuck behind a camper van. And I was like, oh, god damn. Then I was like, hang on. Why do I have to get there? So all I'm going to do is sit back, probably have something to eat, read a book, and chill out, which is great. But then I'm like, well, I could just take my time. And I've never been out to this part of Tassie before. So I'm like, why would I rush it? Take my time, enjoy it. So I slowed right down, just sat behind this camper. He's doing like probably 70 most of the way. And it was amazing. I got to see, like, I was able to actually look around while I was driving, rather than going like a bat out of hell and having to watch where I was driving like real carefully. And then I was like, oh, I won't stop at Mountfield. And then I was like, why won't I stop at Mountfield? How dumb would you be not to stop at Mountfield? It's like famous. So the caravan pulled into Mountfield, so I followed it. And I'm really glad I did, because it's incredible. And then even then I just found myself thinking, okay, half hour to the falls and then maybe 20 minutes back to the car park or whatever. Then I can jump in my car and then it's like maybe an hour and 20 to Lake Pedder. So I'll be there by 5 o'clock. And I'm like, but why do I have to be there by 5 o'clock? I don't have to be anywhere, apart from be at the lodge at 10 o'clock tomorrow for my kayaking trip. So it doesn't really matter what I do between now and then, apart from needing a bit of sleep. So I think it's great being able to identify your flaws. One of my flaws is, which I actually said in my last video on my way to Meander Falls, that everything is just so fast. Things just need to slow down. And then coronavirus happened. Well, actually, have done a trip since then. If it was the family trip. Anyway. I don't know where I was going with that. Oh yeah, identifying your flaws. Well, one of mine is I need to identify when I'm going too fast and missing out on things, and I need to slow the heck down. Because what's the point in just arriving at your destination without experiencing the journey on the way? Point taken. Because imagine if I had just been like, I've got to get there, and arrived, set up my chair and my swag, sat back, and then I was like, now what am I going to do? I suppose I'll just sit here and read this book that I could read anytime. But instead, I'm walking through here and doing this, which is, as I've said many times already, bloody amazing. Holy moly, that one's powerful. That's a lot of water flowing out. That really is incredible, like, beyond words really. Now I've got the trek back to the visitors centre, which said it was about 40 minutes. So it's 3 o'clock. I have my doubts that the cafe will still be open by the time I get back, but fingers crossed. The skies are opening up. They're getting blue. This is exciting. So, sorry. Oh, I'm an idiot. When I looked up the weather a fortnight or 10 days ago for this weekend, it was raining, and I was like, come on, been waiting for this trip for months. Then I looked it up again on like Thursday, and it said partly cloudy. Partly cloudy means partly sunny, and that means no rain. Fingers crossed. Mind you, it could change any minute because, you know, it's up in the mountains. But fingers crossed it stays that way. This is a little bit pretty. Wonder how cold it is. Oh yes, it's chilly. Nice though. Too cold for a swim. Turns out there's steps this way as well. Maybe this is the 239 steps. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I won't bore you with that. Turns out I can't count. I counted 241. I hate steps. how different the terrain is where a bushfire's been through. I am higher after coming up all those stairs, but I mean you can see where all the big trees have been burnt, but the interesting thing is the understory. It's all just little bracken and shrubby stuff, and compared to on the other side where I started out, which was the same height, yet it's just completely different. So time wise, that's 2 hours. I started at 1:30 and it's now 3:30. So it gives you a bit of an idea. And I mean, I certainly wasn't going fast. The last part I wasn't really stopping or anything, but that's most of the track with filming. So I mean, with kids, I know, add half hour without filming or wanting to stop, take half hour off maybe. But yeah, it's been a really pleasant walk. Plenty of bird life. Now I'm going to go and see if the cafe's open. Well, got my chips. You wouldn't want to feed an army. You'd be broke. But they are good chips. Got this little I'm pretty sure it's meant to be a quoll, a spotted quoll for Juno. She collects little softies, as she calls them. As long as they're small, then I don't care. So, I'm gonna eat this and then keep on moving. Get a load of that. Come around the corner and bam! So I got to Lake Pedder, and just past the Lake Pedder Lodge there's a lookout, which I didn't even know was here, except I was just driving around looking, and holy wow, check this out. Well, I found the Gordon Dam, and these stairs are interesting going down, but you can see through them. This landscape is just absolutely spectacular. Well, I'm on the Gordon Dam and the dam wall actually, and I'm not afraid of heights, but the expanse of this thing is scary. Like insanely impressive that it makes my heart flutter a little bit. so glad that I come out to look at this because it is 100% worthwhile. So it's not flat, it goes like that. You can't really tell too much from here, but being on it and looking straight down, it's got a massive curve to it. Well, made it up for the sunrise and it was absolutely spectacular. I got heaps of nice photos and a couple of ladies took some photos with their fancy cameras, which was pretty cool. It was definitely worth getting up early. What are you doing? This is amazing. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're kayaking for about an hour and then going to stop for some lunch on a little beach. So hopefully I don't fall in. What was it called? Traps Island?
Yeah, that's Traps Island with a double T. And a lot of the islands here, there's 45 in total. Probably be able to get some info. But yeah, it's an amazing history, and Strathgordon wouldn't be here unless they built that dam. So the whole township out here, we used to have 2,000 people. So several kids, there was about 100 kids. The sun was so bright, the windows cut away, it's all and it's blinding. So the hydro, they ended up building this.
It's amazing how incredibly peaceful it is out here. Like when everyone stops rowing and just sits, it's just silent.
Bush guiding. Okay, follow me. We'll try not to break through any of the branches here. There we go, might be a little bit of duck. We just passed it, yeah, there's some just back there.
Is there any that you can see here?
No. Yeah. This stuff here. Yeah, here's some here. Have a smell of it. Just if you rub it with your fingers and then give it a bit of a smell.
Well, we're on our way back now. Had a wrap and some brownies for lunch and some chai tea. Paddling back, and the lake's not quite as glassy as what it was, but it's nice for it to be slightly harder. It's been absolutely amazing. Liam's been great, full of knowledge and stories. Knows a lot about the area. So yeah, it's been pretty great so far. This pretty much brings me to the end of the trip. I'm on my way home now. Finished my kayaking trip, had an absolute ripper of a time. Absolutely lucked out with the weather as well. And I mean, the views, like, just incredible. Yeah, highly recommend it. 100% recommend Liam and Fiona's kayaking adventure. It was just fantastic. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Toodaloo.